Etymology and historical origin of the baby name Aurelia. Aurelia is a name that comes from the Latin Aurelius from aureus, meaning golden. Aurelius dates back to the ancient days of Rome and was first used as a cognomen, family name, in the Old Roman three-part naming system. Cognomens were often derived from nicknames, such as in this case, golden, gilded, probably in reference to a person's golden hair. In the early days of the Roman Republic, Aurelius was a clan name used among the plebeian classes, but by the 3rd century BC, it became more patrician. The name was most notably borne by a 2nd century Roman emperor, Marcus Aurelius, considered a philosopher king who symbolized much of what was good about Roman civilization. He was the last of the so-called 5 good emperors. The female form of the name, Aurelia, essentially means the golden one and was borne by the mother of Julius Caesar, Aurelia Cotta. As a given name, Aurelius perpetuated after the collapse of the Roman Empire, in large part due to a couple notable saints. For instance, Saint Aurelius was a 5th century theologian, friend and contemporary of Augustine of Hippo. In the 9th century, Aurelius and his wife Natalia were added to the list of the martyrs of Córdoba, back when the Muslims occupied much of the Iberian Peninsula. They were beheaded for renouncing Islam and professing their Christian faith. Such legends of admired saints were popular during the Middle Ages, which served to strengthen the popularity of names. Personality of the girl name Aurelia. The number 4 personality is marked by stability and discipline. This is the personality that follows the rules and is conservative by nature. They have an earthbound energy that prefers to build things methodically on top of firm foundations. They don't cut corners. 4s take their time and don't like to be hurried. But the outcome of their endeavors is likely to result in some strong and useful structure, which makes them great engineers and inventors. 4s are anything but frivolous or controversial. This is a trustworthy, straightforward personality that embodies dedication and organization. They are the backbone and anchor in their relationships, careers, and communities. They are tidy, punctual, and full of integrity. Hard work comes naturally to a 4, and they are immensely reliable. This is the personality you can always count on. Popularity of the girl name Aurelia. You'd be hard-pressed to find a person who doesn't think Aurelia is a pretty name. Not only that, but it's super neglected and underused, therefore making it quite an original choice by today's standards. As a Latin name, Aurelia also follows a current naming trend in America today that favors some of these girly girl, flowery-sounding names. Aurelia dates back to at least 1880 on the charts, which is as far back as we have available data. The name was quasi-familiar in terms of usage, but by the late 1930s, Aurelia fell out of style. In fact, the last year Aurelia was used with enough frequency to even make the top 1,000 list was in 1950. In other words, this is a name that's essentially been out of circulation for over 60 years. Parents looking for something ancient, something classic, and something frilly and pretty ought to give Aurelia some serious consideration. This may indeed be your next golden child. Quick facts on Aurelia. Gender, girl. Origin, Latin. Number of syllables, 3. Ranking popularity, 833. Pronunciation, Aurelia. Simple meaning, golden. Characteristics of Aurelia. Conservative, hardworking, industrious, studious, dependable, solid, practical. Cultural references to the baby name Aurelia. Literary characters of the baby name Aurelia. Countess Aurelia is a central character and the eponymous madwoman in French playwright Jean Giraudoux' 1943 satirical drama The Madwoman of Chaillot. The first act of the 2-act play is set inside a Parisian café in the district of Chaillot, where audience-goers are introduced to some nefarious businessmen intent upon demolishing Paris in order to dig up oil reserves they believe to be located under the city. Aurelia, the self-styled countess and neighborhood madwoman, decides she must save the day. Nothing is ever so wrong in this world that a sensible woman can't set it right in the course of an afternoon. The drama features a collection of memorable characters, fellow eccentrics and oddballs, whom the Countess recruits in her efforts to save the world: the ragpicker, the street singer, the sewer man, the sergeant, the flower girl, and Mademoiselles Constance, Gabrielle, and Josephine. In the second act, located in the cellar apartment where Aurelia lives, the plan is carried out. The evil capitalists and their equally greedy entourage are sent down a door in the floor, drawn by the smell of oil, into the intricate sewer system that lies underneath the streets of Paris, presumably never to be heard from again. At last, Aurelia can get back to what is really important: feeding her cats. My poor cats must be starved. What a bore for them if humanity had to be saved every afternoon. No wonder Giraudoux selected the golden name of Aurelia for his delightfully eccentric heroine, to contrast against the sooty evil she must conquer to restore hope in the future. Popular songs on Aurelia. A song by Kendra Smith, Aurelia. Famous people named Aurelia. Aurelia Plath, mother of Sylvia Plath, Aurelia Daube, Romanian gymnast, Ora copyright Leão de Souza, Portuguese painter, Aurelia Tiza superscript 3n, first wife of Argentine President Juan Pérez superscript 3n, Aurelia Jadini, mother of Arnold Schwarzenegger,